afternoon. It's Dorothea from Through an Orthodox Christian Lens. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to be discussing the newest updates on what's going on with the Israeli-Gaza conflict. I would not call it a war because, as I said, Gaza doesn't have an army, doesn't have tanks, doesn't have airplanes. It just has a bunch of civilians. So it's more like mass murder on the one side, committed against Gaza. Israel committed against Gaza, these mass murderers. Let me get into what's going on. So I'm going to show you a few items here, a video and some stories, some articles. So we're going to start with what's happening inside Israel, according to Israeli news that I obtained from Alistair Crooks. He is a former UK diplomat. Oh, and today's May 18th, 2025. So let me bring that up. Israel is in moral meltdown. He said this on yesterday. So here are some quotes from, I'm guessing, these compilations are drawn from analysis and commentary by Israeli political and security commentators, predominantly published in Hebrew, as reports in Hebrew often provide a different window on Israeli internal discourse. I also want to say that Alistair's wife can read and translate Hebrew, so she understands what is being said. So that's a great asset for us Americans, So, and others who care to know what's going on there. So it says the war to establish a fascist state. Then it's in quotes, the chariots of genocide are warming their engines. Israeli law professor Orit Kamir, quote, Israel is flooded with evil, a lack of empathy, and an addiction to hatred and bloodlust. The line between Likud and Ben Gvir's Azma Yehudit is increasingly blurred. Netanyahu marked the families of the kidnapped for the poison machine as early as October 2023. Now, this article that he's putting in his Substack is a portion, and it's from Gideon Levy. He's a reporter at Haaretz. So here's the thing on the chariots of genocide are warming their engines. I'm just going to read a bit of it on each one that he put in here so that we get an idea of what's going on. Operation Gideon's Chariots has yet to begin, and the chariots of genocide are already warming their engines. How will we call this massacre? So indiscriminate and pointless, even before the big operation has begun. 23 killed in the bombing of a hospital, one of the most serious war crimes, just to try and kill Mohammed Sinwar, the latest devil, with 9 bunker buster bombs. Everything to provide Yedioth Ahronoth in their lust for the main headline, in his brother's footsteps. The readers loved it. Israelis loved it. No one came out against it. Is there anything left we can do in Gaza that will be seen in Israel as morally and legally unacceptable? 100 dead children, 1,000 women for Sinwar, the brother. It was necessary to eliminate him, they explained, because he was an quote-unquote obstacle to a hostage deal. We've even lost our shame. The sole obstacle to a hostage deal sits in Jerusalem. His name is Benjamin Netanyahu, along with his fascist partners, and no one can even conceive that it's legitimate to harm them to remove the obstacle. What happened on Wednesday in Gaza is just a promo for what will occur in the coming months if no one stops Israel. Then here's an editorial where he says it was said on May 6th, Netanyahu's government has lost control. The decision by the Security Cabinet this week to expand the fighting in the Gaza Strip has a clear meaning, a conscious decision to give up on the hostages, to deepen the humanitarian disaster Israel has brought down on 2 million unprotected civilians in the false hope that it is possible to relocate them. In other words, a criminal population transfer, and to make the Israeli-Palestinian conflict disappear from the face of the earth. Netanyahu's government has lost control, and it is dragging an entire country into ruin. So, the last thing I'll say here is the new IDF attack on Gaza. War crimes will intensify by Yossi Melman. Defense Minister Katz says the IDF has launched the attack in Gaza. The IDF is preparing for an attack with a force of 5 divisions, about 60,000 soldiers. Most of them are regulars. IDF Chief Zamir is afraid of bringing reservists into Gaza for fear of quote-unquote white refusal and desertion. So is sending them to other fronts. The humanitarian disaster and destruction and war crimes will intensify, and with them the danger of the hostages. So, the last thing he has here is an opinion piece from Haaretz. Let the IDF mow them down. In Israel, violence saturates everyday life. It says, what does it say about a society that sells eclairs, inciting IDF destruction in Gaza, while Palestinian children wait in line at community kitchens, unable to enjoy even one cookie? And that's what it says on these eclairs. That's really disgusting. Okay, so that's some of the stories that are being put out by Haaretz columnists and reporters, journalists in Israel. We have a bunch of protesters because of the issue with the hostages, and a lot of the Israeli, well, I don't know, but it's growing. The Israelis want the end of this war. So that's on that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is Larry's interview here with Sabrina Salvati on her show. There's a tiny portion. I just want to play this portion for you so you can see what he says on this whole issue. If you're familiar with Larry, you'll kind of understand. You kind of will know what he's saying, but I found this part very important.
Now the good news is people 50 and under are not buying it. They are increasingly coming over to the side of the Palestinians. So the Israelis got a big problem brewing, and they haven't figured out quite how to tackle it. And frankly, I don't think they can tackle it because their savagery against these civilians is so great. It's just so disproportionate. They like in the United States, we like to toss around the term, Hamas is this massive terrorist organization. No, it is not.
Oh, of course. Anytime I try to show you stuff, this thing comes up.
Statistics supplied by the government of Israel's own foreign ministry. And they listed a grand total of 667 terrorist attacks between August 2000 and April of 2024. Now, that's not, those numbers don't even begin to compare to what ISIS has done. And frankly, if the definition of terrorism, which was presented, ironically, by Benjamin Netanyahu during a discussion with William F. Buckley back in 1985, he said, terrorism is the use of violence against civilians for political purposes. Well, hello. That's exactly what you're doing in Gaza, terrorism. And it's on a massive scale. It's what they've done in Beirut. It's what they've done in southern Lebanon. It's what they've done in Damascus. Israel right now, in my view, is the greatest, most vicious terrorist nation in the world.
I agree 100%. I felt like this for several months now. And I think a lot of people are feeling like this globally because of all the things they have seen. I'm going to give you an update here regarding the aid to Gaza, because we haven't been getting that. Oh, one more thing. I forgot. I want to add this. Again, an internal issue. Ehud Barak, okay, former prime minister, attacks the prime minister. Netanyahu must be overthrown. This is our mission. So there's a lot of internal fighting going on there. And it's important that that is out there. So we are aware of what's going on there. I wanted to share all that. In any case, Netanyahu went into a short meeting, and so he decided that he's going to allow, and he's finally decided he's going to allow aid to go into Gaza. And that is, immediately supposed to happen. Now that is pressure from two places. Internally, because like you just saw, there's a lot of people pressuring him, people against him in the government, and the citizens. They don't want to see people starving. And so it's that, and the U.S. pressure. Finally, food and medical aid and all that is immediately supposed to be going to Gaza as of now. So that's big news. Now, they're still up in the air on the ceasefire, as the latest that I've heard. We're not sure if they're going to do any 60-day or whatever type ceasefire, but God willing, that'll happen. In any case, that is the updates I have for you on this this important story. Thank God, food can come in finally, and hopefully save these poor people, especially the babies and the children. So that's what I have for this segment right now. Thanks so much for watching. Please follow my channel, like my videos if you like them. Share my channel, share my videos. Subscribe, follow me on Rumble, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube if you'd like. Both would be great, whatever you can do. I hope you're having a great Sunday. I'll be back later with a Sunday segment. Thanks so much for watching,